Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So this video is unscheduled, right? This is a bonus video. There will be another video coming up later in the evening, so look out for that one because it's somehow related to this one as well. And in the last few days, I produced two videos on the local banks, DBS, OCBC, and UOB. And if you have not watched those videos yet, you might want to go and watch those first and then come back to watch this one, so you have the backstory. Okay, after producing those two videos on DBS, OCBC, and UOB, I took a look at all three banks, and I was wondering which bank I would add to. I would add next, right, to increase exposure to next. I'm already invested in all three banks. I mean, you guys know that. OCBC being my largest investment, then DBS and UOB being about the same size. Okay, and we know that OCBC and UOB both increased the dividends significantly this year by something about 40%, right? And I don't think they will increase dividends as much in the new year 2024 because they were paying much lower dividends last year, so they have a lot more. They had a lot more room to increase dividend payout this year, and my guess is DBS probably will continue to increase dividend payout next year, based on what Mr. Piyush Gupta said. You know, he has expressed confidence that DBS will continue to increase its earnings, and as long as the earnings increase, dividends will increase. Right? DBS has always been very consistent in growing their dividends whenever their earnings would allow it, whereas OCBC and UOB seem to be more conservative. So I think there is greater certainty of DBS increasing dividends next year, and the evidence backs Mr. Piyush Gupta's claim that DBS earnings is growing consistently and rather strongly. If we look at the ROE, DBS ROE is about 20%, return on equity is about 20% compared to maybe OCBC, for example, which is at 14%. So that's quite a big difference, right? So DBS has demonstrated its ability quite consistently to generate better returns on shareholder equity, right, compared to OCBC and UOB. And DBS also has excess capital of some $3 billion, and I think there is also a chance that they might return it to shareholders, especially if they can't find a good use for the money, and this could come as a form of special dividend. I mean, that's just speculation on my part. But keeping this excess cash, Mr. Piyush Gupta said that the CET1 ratio is very strong, and I mean, it's a happy problem, right? But he says it's not optimum, right, to hold on to so much cash, and if he's not doing anything to generate higher returns. I think he's very concerned about efficiency. So how much do I estimate the dividend could be for DBS in 2024? I think it could possibly be $2 per share, or maybe a bit more in 2024. So based on that estimate, we could see a dividend yield of between 6% to 6.66%. Why do I say that? Because when I look at the stock, the business fundamentally is good, right? But I want to find a price to enter, so I look at the chart, and to add to my investment in DBS, I look at the chart, and the daily chart suggests that there is some support at $33 a share, and give or take a few cents and so if at $33 per share, $2 dividend will give us a dividend yield of 6%. Then, but if I look at a longer term chart, a weekly chart suggests that the support is at $30 a share. So if I manage to buy at $30 a share, then $2 dividend would mean a dividend yield of 6.66%. So that's how I get that range of 6 to 6.66% in 2024, assuming a dividend payout of $2, which is higher than what is paid out this year. It could in fact be a bit higher than that. So that's just some numbers that's in my head, right? I'm always, if I'm interested in something, then I would look at it beforehand. I have some numbers ready in my head, so if it happens, I can just pounce on it and just buy, and not wait too long, and then the boat might sail off before I have a chance to buy. So I always look at things in advance. Okay, so that's about all for this video, but you want to watch the next video that's coming up, which discuss the possibility of interest rates staying higher for longer and why, and whether we should be staying 100% in cash and wait for the next crash before buying. Okay, so if AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye bye.